Hey guys, so haven't vlogged much, mainly for the same reasons it always is. It's just that I don't do much. My sleep has been really off. Like as soon as I go to lay down, I think I'm tired, I start getting like the tightening in my chest and my brain just starts going wild and the anxiety starts kicking in. So my sleep has been awful, which means I've been missing my classes. But I had an exam yesterday and hopefully I did all right, and I have an exam tomorrow morning, which I haven't even done any studying for, but I just wanted to vlog because my grandfather passed away today. It was my mom's father, and this is the second grandparent that I've had pass away this year. Earlier in in April, it was my great-grandmother, and I have been super fortunate to have my grandparents and great-grandparents alive for, 28 years. I'm a lot luckier than a lot of people, and it's kind of the same situation that happened with my great-grandmother. I was asleep and I got the message, and it didn't really hit me until like hours later. And it was the same with this, and like I knew the day was coming, and so yeah, I guess I was expecting it, but I hadn't had an update on his health in a while, so it was kind of in the back of my mind. So I got the message and I was asleep, and I woke up and talked to my mom, and of course she's very upset. And then I was up for a while and I took a nap, and after I got up from the nap is like when it hit me. And my sister put up a post on, this is so bright, put up a post on Instagram with a picture of the year I was born, of him holding me and her. And I realized that I don't have any pictures of him. I do. I think they're in a box already taped up to be mailed back to my dad's house in Virginia. But I didn't spend that much time with him, mostly because I was scared of my grandmother, who has been an alcoholic for almost 50 years. I mean, I don't think she's been drinking for the past several years because of her age and her health, but even when my mom was a kid, she was an alcoholic, so it really made me not want to be around the house, which is really unfortunate because my grandfather was an alcoholic and he was a really interesting guy, and he was in the Navy. He was a pilot in the Navy, and I had some really good times with him. He came and visited me when I was in the Navy and training in Pensacola because he was stationed there, and we went and saw his old house, and his squad and patches were at the museum at the Pensacola base, which was so neat to see him see. The plane that he flew, was up and artifacted there, and so it was really nice. And I was just hoping I could find like a picture of him, and I can't, and that makes me feel really bad. And I was thinking, now my grandmother's all alone. She has caretakers, and my grandfather had caretakers, and now that I'm finishing school and I'm kind of in a limbo state, and yeah, the plan is to go to Thailand, I thought about what if I move in with my grandmother and take a financial load off my mother by being her caretaker as much as I can be. I don't know her medical situation completely, but so I called my mom and told her about it, and obviously she has a lot to think about, so she's going to think about it, and I just keep thinking about it. My mom and I haven't had the best track record. I sort of cut her off from my life about 2 years ago, and have only recently started actually like talking to her again. And that was back in May this year when I went home for my little brother's graduation from college. And it's not that I'm ready to necessarily have her back in my life. It's that I'm in a position where I could do something selfless for someone who I have neglected. And I've always felt really bad about neglecting my grandmother. It's just, as a child, I had some really bad experiences with her, and it just really put me off being around her. And if I have the opportunity to help now, then I feel like it would be a good thing to do. So we'll see what my mom says. I bring up that we haven't been really talking because the last time, 2 years ago, when I was going through a really, really rough time, I needed help, and I was feeling like I wasn't getting that. And there's also a lot of things that, oh, hold on. My oven's going off, but also there have been a lot of things just over my lifetime that have been, whoa, that lighting's weird. All right, hold on. So there have been some difficult times between us, and you're not focused. And the sort of falling out we had, I was asking for help on a lot of levels, and I wasn't getting it. And that, combined with the history that we have, just made me feel like I needed to separate our lives a little bit, or a lot. And so me offering to do this, I feel like might get construed in the wrong way. It would be a lie for me to say that it would be a lie to say that it wouldn't be nice to be able to live in their house. I don't know the situation of their house, if it's paid off or whatever. So I sort of brought that up to my mom, kind of in the way of like, what are the plans for the house? I don't, like, what's the plan for grandma? Are you gonna try and keep her in the house? And if you are, I will come and stay and live with her and take care of her, which is not gonna be easy. And so I'm kind of feeling like she might think that I'm doing it just for a place to live, maybe because of how, I don't know, I can be kind of emotionally distant when I'm talking, having a hard time portraying like how I'm feeling, so maybe the way I talked about it, I don't know, but the way she responded is making me feel like she thinks that I'm doing, I want the house, which would be nice, yeah, for someone who is constantly in a struggle for a place to live. That would be a really nice thing to have, but also this sort of offer is a really big deal. I mean, like, I'm putting my life on hold for if I do this. Any traveling, anything like that. I'm moving back home, which I've never wanted to do. um, yeah, it would be really nice to be able to be near my dad and a lot of my other family too. That would be a bonus. But to offer to be someone's caretaker, that's a big offer. And I hope she realizes that it would be me sacrificing a lot because I already have all of my Thailand trip. I'd say 80% of it, it's all planned. I've got the plane ticket, my educational visas in the works. My apartment's being emptied out slowly but surely. I've got it rented out. So I don't know. I could go on and on about things that I think people are feeling and thinking because it's all just speculation. But I wanted to vlog partly because I'm trying to keep everything updated, and also because of my grandfather's passing. I was walking by my calendar and I looked at it and I realized that my mom's birthday is tomorrow. And I was just like, man, that's really unfortunate that now for the rest of her life her birthday is going to be associated with something really, really sad. I have that with Christmas. Really good friends of mine were murdered Christmas Eve. Actually, it was Christmas Day. So Christmas time has always been really, really sad since then. And that's, I feel sympathetic for her for that. Especially she was really, really close to her dad. And she wasn't ready for him to go. So, I'm gonna feel bad, like, calling or texting her tomorrow and be like, happy birthday. Or, sorry, it's your birthday. What do you say? I don't know. But in terms of getting to Thailand, I'm gonna find out on Tuesday if I can rent a car. I finally got my physical license in the mail yesterday, and yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can rent a car, and then if I can't, I've got some other things I have to do to figure out how I get the cats there. So certainly just moving back home to Virginia would be a much, much easier task, and a much cheaper one. But this Thailand thing is also kind of for my soul and my health. But I also feel like doing some, like becoming my grandmother's taker might do the same thing for me. So I don't know, and it's all just brought so much more anxiety. And so I know I'm definitely not sleeping tonight, and I have my exam tomorrow. So I'm just hoping I can get some studying done so I don't completely bomb it. My friend was supposed to come over, but I don't know what happened with her. I'm glad I was able to see him in May, and he will be missed. He was definitely a character. He was a good guy. He had his faults, though. I mean, he wasn't perfect, that's for sure. He definitely did some fucked up things. But I mean, he's family, and as a kid he was always good to me, which means a lot when you're growing up and you have people in your life who are supportive and
caring and that you've made good memories with, and I've definitely had that with him, even though it wasn't as many as maybe it could have been. So, Grandpa George, I love you, and we'll see you again one day.